Welcome back to part 11 of mysterious TikToks that no one has answers for, especially not me because I'm an idiot. So there's a bunch of really creepy videos, mysterious videos. Don't worry, no jump scares. We're not watching that kind of stuff here. Leave me a like, leave me a comment, subscribe if you're new, and let's watch these videos. I really hope you enjoy. Wow. That would be amazing to see a meteor shower flying past. I mean, just to see that with your own eyes is so cool. But I didn't notice till the other day, everyone. The iron comes from outer space. I never knew that. That's crazy. So do you think a massive UFO or some aliens out there will just sat there going,
"Boys, those humans down there look like they're struggling. Let's send them a ton of iron. Alright, cool. Send it their way."
So this is called a sprite, apparently, that happens during storms. A very, very rare weather event, but imagine seeing that. Wow. If they were even just 100 foot further ahead on their boat, that missile could have hit them. I wonder what the drones are doing now. I mean, they're destroying them. We've all seen a lot of videos of that recently, drones getting blown up. I wonder, they could be surveillance drones by another government. Who knows? Let me know what you think.
Look at that, Harry. See it?
Whoa.
It's falling from the sky, like it came out of space. Where'd it go?
What?
Where's the... It dropped. OMG, it's people out there looking.
That's when you know these videos are real, when you see other people in the background looking, and I need to know an explanation for this.
Where'd it go? I heard a loud cry.
And the smoke in the air as well. It just completely dropped down. And this is the thing, we live in a world now where the technology is so advanced. If I was in control, my job was to cover up aliens, and someone said, "Excuse me, Mr. Colton, there's an alien ship there," I'll say, "Don't worry, it's just a drone." No way, they called the jets in. That has to be real. You know something's bad when they call in the fighter jets. That means something went down. Something entered the atmosphere that they didn't know about. That happens on GTA. When you get 6 stars and as soon as you take off, you get fighter jets coming. That's how I know. I played San Andreas growing up. That UFO had 6 stars wanted level. Look how many there are. Hundred. Whoa, there's a storm as well. There's hundreds of them. Hundreds. Yeah, that's very strange. And the fact they're moving through a storm as well. It could be drones, but that high up? Traveling through a storm? I don't know. That to me is really strange. And if you were a bunch of aliens going around, the perfect way to do it is to travel in a storm where there's low visibility. Comment what you think down below. It might be drones, but think if they're being controlled by people, why are they that high up and that bright and traveling during a storm? Those aliens stole the cloak from Harry Potter. Stick a cloak on, you go around those mountains, you're just going to completely blend in. Yeah, that's crazy. How do you even notice that? Has this guy got, like, telescope eyes or so? How did he spot that? Whoa.
Holy guys.
Look at that. He's got a walking stick. So imagine seeing that. I would honestly crap myself if I saw that. A massive Gandalf walking through the clouds during a storm.
oblivious. They don't even see it.
I've seen this before. I've seen a lot of videos of people recording these like cracks in the sky. Like there's a crack in space-time or... Yeah, what do you think this could be? Some people think it's a crack in the firmament. Some people think it's some sort of alien technology or weather technology. Comment down below what you think this is.
Truman Show.
That's so weird.
That guy was looking, you see him? It was like something cut through it.
Yeah, can someone comment down below what that is? It looked like something was running a comb through the atmosphere.
Good evening, everyone. I want to show you something really weird. See these orange lights? Every time I walk past them, even as a kid, they would blow out and just turn off. So this one up here goes off all the time. So let's see what happens. Every time I walk past it every night, it just goes out. I don't know how this happens, but let's see if it goes out.
Well, it's going to, isn't it?
There, gone. That is weird. But every night, without a doubt, and then it'll come back on. But yeah, does this happen to anybody else?
Yes, me. That happened to me all the time as a kid, and I thought I was like possessed or something. Like every time I walked under this certain street light, it would turn off. Imagine if this guy did this for his entire life and he thought something was wrong, and then he saw that there was like a light sensor. There was some sort of sensor on the light. But I know this guy's pain. I would for the same thing. That looks like hell is opening up. What is that? Hell's having a party. Or a bunch of people getting abducted by some massive UFO. That is weird. That is so strange. I couldn't tell if the lights were coming from the ground or from the sky. Honestly, it looked like hell was having a house party. But who knows? I have no idea what happened there.
Arizona man is lucky to be alive after some quick thinking. The moment caught on camera. Pay attention to that red circle on your screen. So while on a roller coaster, he realized the lap bar holding him down had detached moments before he dropped. He made the decision to get out and climb onto the catwalk. The man who did not want to be identified said he filed an incident report. As for that amusement park, they did not immediately respond to our requests for comment.
How scary, right?
I'm just glad he had the quick thinking action. I don't even think I would have.
I would have been like, well, there we go.
That's insane. Imagine if it unlocked, he didn't know it was locked until he'd already dropped. That would have been it. What can you do? This is why I don't like roller coasters or anything. I value my life too much. And I've seen too many videos like this, especially ones that go very wrong. Trust me, if you continue watching this channel, you're probably going to get put off a lot of things.
I am not quite sure what this big shadow on the clouds is from. The sun is right there. What in the heck? That is not a vapor trail.
No.
That is something different.
That was very similar to the one we just watched a couple minutes ago. I'm really interested to hear what you guys think that could be. I have no idea. Let me know what you think. I need to know. That is very strange how it went perfectly round and the sun was in a completely different place.
What I believe crashed at Roswell was German from Argentina, but it had hallmarks and technology based on alien technology. So we put out a story saying it's alien, and then we put out a story saying it's a weather balloon. But the real thing it was, we didn't want anyone to guess, and that's why we put those two things out there. 90 days after the Roswell event, CIA was created, the Air Force was separated from the Army, the National Security Act was created, and all those things are mechanisms to start learning more and to start getting private industry off the ground.
So that had nothing to do with World War II. You think it had to do with aliens?
I do know that there's connections to Atlantis.
What's the connection?
That there's a very advanced group that left after a catastrophe and hung around in a small outpost here and throughout time would push civilization forward, and that's who the Greek gods were.
Whoa.
And that's why it's very interesting on the Roswell wreckage there's Greek writing.
Aleph. very
which means freedom in ancient Greek.
That is super interesting. But a lot of people do believe that ancient civilization were in one place, like Atlantis, that helped civilization. For example, the pyramids. Whatever did crash there at Roswell was so mysterious, and they tried so hard to cover it up. They tried saying it was a weather balloon, and people just didn't believe it. Well, some people did. I know there's a pyramid in Antarctica, and the Germans were very interested in that pyramid in Antarctica. They were studying it. Whoa. Wow. Perfect pause. Mother Nature really is fascinating and terrifying and mysterious all at the same time. Could you imagine if they made a weapon that they could control lightning and use it as a weapon? Could you imagine that? Do you think they have that already? Think about it. If someone made a machine where they could just press a button and lightning would strike in certain areas, calling in lightning airstrikes.
County, Ohio. And last night, saw some stuff on social media about some dust falling from the sky. Didn't really put much thought into it, but came out to leave today, and here it is. All over the car, all over my truck. It's a white truck, but you can't tell. You can see the windshield here. I don't know what this dust stuff is. You guys got any ideas? Drop in the comments right here. Let me know.
Okay, so explain this. I wake up this morning and my car is completely covered in mud, like it rained mud or something. And I was thinking, oh, well, maybe someone peeled out next to my car or something like that. And look, I'm at the vape shop.
Yeah, do you know what this reminds me of? War of the Worlds. When those big tripods, they take the people and then they shoot them into dust. Do you remember that? They shoot them with the rays and poof, go into dust. That's what it reminds me of. Maybe there's some big alien ship that's sucking people up out of the sky and then poof, into dust, and then it just rains dust. Yeah, bit of a dramatic example, but I don't know.
Scientists have just combined human brain cells with silicon chips.
Cameron does fine. It's better now. Yeah, so this is where they live. So they get matured in an incubator. Yeah. Then they get plated inside that center portion there. Okay. And then we put them in this metal chassis. And this is what we call that cap, the metal cap. So we can see right through the middle. So we can image the cells using a microscope. This is input, this is output. And so if you trace it all the way through, input will come from one of these filtration units. So the way it's designed.
So for people who don't know, because we just spent a couple hours talking about the chip that goes in here.
Yes.
That has something like 800,000 neurons on it. Right. Biological cells.
Biological cells.
That are doing AI. Well, not AI, but human intelligence. It's on a chip. It's
correct.
You're putting us into the Matrix. This is the Matrix.
This is the Matrix-ish.
Cortical Labs has created CL1, the world's first biological computer. It combines human brain cells grown in a lab with traditional silicon chips to create a smarter and more energy-efficient system. CL1 can learn and adapt faster than normal AI, making it useful for medical research, drug discovery, and robotics.
Yeah, that's insane. I don't want to go anywhere near that. But we all know, watching this, a lot of people will. A lot of people love the Matrix, me included, right? Of course. I don't want to go in the Matrix. I don't want to be plugged in. I want to stay here. You know, I quite like my life here, you know, drinking tea, got my slippers on right now, making these videos for you guys.
I'm saying goodbye to my car. I've had it for 5 years. They're taking it. Oh, this is my baby, man. This has been my baby for years. 5 years. But she's gonna go. I won't need her beyond September, because I'm going home to where my Father in heaven is. She's a nice car, isn't she? I kept that baby clean. Some scratches around it, but for the most part, she's nice. But she's mine no more. Someone else is gonna get her. I'm catching a flight to heaven in September anyway. I won't need the car. Roar! Roar!
Well, sorry to break it to you, mate. It's September 24th, and it hasn't happened. So you better go and get your car back. But there's millions of people out there like this that have done this. Selling their stuff, selling their houses. Don't get it wrong, I'm not ridiculing it. I'm a Christian as well, and I believe Jesus is coming back. And also, the person that started this whole rumour, is he going to be held accountable for it? because this is going to damage the faith. The person that started this needs to admit that he was deceived and he's led people astray. He's misinformed people, and you've got to be so careful, because this is going to lead. This is going to close the door on people's faith. People might not ever pick up a Bible again. People might not ever go to church again. Here it is again. That line. Yeah, this is everywhere. I told you guys, this is just 3 videos I wanted to show you, but what is this? I have no idea. It's everywhere.
This is a sphinx that got covered in mud from Noah's flood. All these mud floods happen worldwide. It was the flood in Noah. You could see it push mud up over the sphinx right here. It dried like concrete. The sphinx is sitting on top of a whole entire temple right here. You can see where the sediment gets pushed up. Even on the steps, it came in sideways and mud wiped out this whole entire temple. These sphinxes are found all over the world, okay? Whether it's in Egypt, Greece, India. There's even one in the Grand Canyon. That's the Sphinx in Balo Christian that got flooded. This is the Sphinx in Egypt. This is the one sitting in the Grand Canyon. You can see the Sphinx had its head knocked off somewhere. It's probably buried behind it in sediment. That's a pyramid behind the Sphinx covered in mud. Okay, all these sphinxes and pyramids are sitting on top of that temples, the same temples that were in Balo Christian. See right here how that sphinx in Balo Christian is sitting on top of it. That's going to be like your Greek and Roman ancient pillar columns right there that run across like a Colosseum. That's going to be another top of a temple right there. That's why when they excavated out the Sphinx in Egypt, they found all kinds of chambers and tunnels underneath, because that Sphinx is sitting on top of a temple. See, this whole area got flooded out, but it pushed sand up in Egypt instead of mud. This is all water damage on the surface right here. 3 generations of stonemasons. The first thing I was taught to see was water damage on a stone surface. This stuff deposited sediment so thick that nothing's going to grow through it for thousands of years, okay? That's why you only see small brush and shrub growing through it, because it's literally concrete that dried. At the top, that's a temple on the other side of the Sphinx in Pakistan, okay? This is all off the coast of Hingol National Park. Right here on the bottom, that's a temple in the next country over.
Yeah, they're starting to find evidence of the Great Flood in a lot of places. I'm starting to see a lot, and they can tell by the damage on the rocks. Crazy. And it happened so long ago, but there's still evidence of it. And I can't buy a house in England, right, that can last 5 minutes. I moved into this place. Within a week, everything started breaking. And I was thinking, man, they built the pyramids, and it's still going after 5,000 years. I live in this place for two days. Roof starts leaking. Door handle come off in my hand. I broke the window because it wasn't fixed properly. Door handles, yeah, everything. We need to get these people back. So this video is called Man Finds a Hole. That's it. I know it's a bit of a strange title. But this is going super viral, and I thought we'd watch it together. And don't worry, there's no jump scares. Don't worry, there's nothing. Apparently, it's just a very mysterious, strange video. So let's give it a watch.
This is it. So, here is the hole.
Whoa.
Show that. Inconspicuous, tiny little hole in the ground. Honestly, just like a little cave or something. I don't know. That's what I thought it was the first time I saw this the other day. I mean, it's out literally in the middle of nowhere. Under this big oak. But if you actually take a look down inside, there are stairs down there.
Nope. He ain't going to go in there, surely. Don't do it, mate. You don't need to. We've seen it now.
I didn't notice this before last time I was here because it was a lot darker out, but it looks like these stairs used to go up further. What I find really weird is that all the lights, these lights are on.
Oh, yeah, there's lights. Man, this guy's braver than me. I would not go in here. But this looks like it's the stairs to hell or something. But the lights, the fact that there's lights means that there's some sort of, it could be some sort of facility. No, no, don't. Mate, what's the point? Surely you ain't gonna go down there, mate. Yeah. Well, this is great content. At least he's doing it, not me. You wouldn't see me doing this. This guy's crazy. This guy's lost it. He's lost. No. No. Don't go in there. It looks like a bunker. Music? What is that? What is that? Is that a bog? Don't crawl under that. Oh. Well, that guy's got balls of steel. I would never step foot in a place like that. Never. Yeah. Imagine seeing that. You find a hole in the ground when you're out walking the dog and it leads down to an underground shopping centre. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe if I was younger, definitely me and my brother would have gone back. Like 100%. Would have got some flashlights, gone down there. Now I'm older and I value my life more. You know, got responsibilities. I wouldn't go, but comment what you would do as well. Let me know if you just found that place. What would you do? And just comment down below anything you think about this channel. I really appreciate it though. We have a great community here. You watching this video to the end means that you are great. And I really appreciate your support. Your time, you liking the video, your comment, and your commitment. Yeah, I really appreciate it. I've got some really good people here. I love making these videos, really do. There's a lot of stuff to go through. I've got so many things planned for this channel. I'm really glad you enjoy them, And as always, I'll see you tomorrow.